Who are you most disappointed with? Eberflus, offensive line, Ryan Poles, Shane Waldron.
It's a good poll.
Yeah, I am going to.
You want to vote?
Yeah, I'm most disappointed in Eberflus. I am.
Wow, tell us why. Because I'm surprised you didn't check Waldron there.
No, it's Eberflus. First of all, the buck has to stop with him. He's the head coach. You blew you had 4 questionable decisions, 2 bad challenges a week ago. Again, I can overlook the pick 6 one. I'll say that again because it was a game changer and it's close. The other one was ridiculous. You had to take a timeout for a 2-point conversion. You're play calling, and you're the head coach, man. You hear that stuff through your headset. Wildcat to this one to blocking with DeAndre Carter, and you told Waddle and Silvy a year ago, and I brought it up to him. You told Waddle and Silvy, big on big, we're not going to do that again. And you did it. And DeAndre Carter got swallowed up. In the process, he sandwiched with Khalil Herbert. The guy tackled him and Herbert at the same time. That falls on the head coach. So I'm giving Eberflus number 1. Shane Waldron won Silvy's poll question, 34.9%. The O-line, 31%. Eberflus, 22%. Ryan Poles, 11.2%.
And that's wrong, Shay, by the way. For polls only get 11% of the vote there, that's wild. But
100% agree. I mean, my criticism of Poles is very vocal right now that he opened free agents to be spending $8 million on a running back. I never agreed with it. Waldron, I think, is getting a little bit of unfair deal. How are you supposed to call plays when the interior of your O-line can't block anything?
Well, let me ask you a question. That is the same interior that you had last year.
Yep.
That's the same O-line you had last year. Now, I know some of it was Justin's a running quarterback, so that helped add to rushing yards, but they weren't this incompetent.
I don't know I said that yesterday. How have they gotten worse?
Darnell Wright looks way worse.
Does that fall on Chris Morgan? Because Darnell Wright looks awful.
Yeah,
the
but
interior
Chris Morgan
of the line
was the
looks
same
awful.
guy last year.
I know, but who else? Who are we supposed to point at?
The player.
Or the OC.
Both. It's all encompassing.
But it's like the other thing, when you keep seeing Caleb make throws and DJ Moore's running a go route and the throw is clearly like a comeback route, he's throwing to a spot where the guy's supposed to be, but 3-4 times a game, you've got a guy running the wrong route. Well, it can't be on the receiver every time that the receivers are just not understanding the plays. That's got to be on somebody.
Just another reason why I'm happy for Justin Fields. I'll continue to say that because I'm happy for him. Imagine him behind this offensive line again. Justin's only been sacked 6 times. Now, again, you and I are not breaking down the all 22 of the Steeler games. I'm sure if we would, we'd say it's on Justin or it's on the offensive line or because of timing, whatever. But he's been sacked 6 times in 3 games. And again, it's not.
I got sacked 7 in 1 game.
Well, that's the whole point, right? It's not like Justin is spectacular. But the point is, though, is that behind this line, imagine what it'd be like. It'd be like the same old. It'd be like a nightmare again for him.
Fair.
You gotta straighten it out. If you fix your secondary, you fix your defensive line, if you fix your wide receiver room, if you feel like you have enough in your running back room, if you feel like it's best to have the number 1 pick be the consensus number 1 pick in Caleb Williams, then why do you fall short on the offensive line? 312-332-3776 is our phone number. Marcus in Minneapolis is with us on the ESPN Chicago app. Marcus, good morning.
What's up, guys? Man, you brought me in right on time.
What's up, buddy?
All right, so speaking of offensive linemen, right, I'm just curious how come it seems like all of a sudden this year the Bears have, like, the worst offensive line in the league, according to what I'm hearing on the radio and on social media. Because that's what I'm hearing when I'm hearing you guys say that. And the reason I say that is because I'm not saying that they're the best. And I want to preface this by saying this is not a Justin versus Caleb conversation for me. I think we made the right decision with Caleb. But we have to it's not just one thing. Because last year you guys were saying Justin had the best time to throw in the NFL, or one of the best in the NFL. And this is the same offensive line, but now we're seeing the offensive line is so terrible now that Caleb's here. And it's like, it was like that last year, but it was like we wanted to put the majority of the blame on Justin Fields. And now we're putting it on the offensive line now that Caleb's here. It's like, it's problems all across the board. It's not just one. It's not just Waldron. It's not just the offensive line. Caleb has some blame in there too. Given he's a rookie, he's going to get better. But, you know, we can't make arguments just to fit narratives. We have to be honest, you know, about, you know, the issue. It's not just one issue. It could be a main issue, but receivers take some blame in this. Caleb, offensive line, offensive coordinator. I just don't know what it is in Chicago. I don't know.
No, you laid it out, Marcus.
That's fair.
What you just laid out is all of it. It's all of the above. But because it starts with Poles by not addressing the offensive line with solid veterans. That's one. You talk about Caleb Williams being a rookie quarterback. That's another thing that, again, I said this June, July, August. Cap knows I said it. You're going to go through growing pains with a rookie quarterback. Shane Waldron coming in for the first time. I've said it a million times on the show that it doesn't work sonically for everybody. It just doesn't. But I'm not saying that the Bears are going to be the worst team in the division or they're going to completely underachieve or tank this thing. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that when you have Caleb Williams coming in, learning on the job, he's going to get better and better. We've already seen it. He's gotten better. The results aren't there as far as the one-loss record, but you've seen him. He was better. That's the best game he had was the last game we saw against the Colts. Got a couple of touchdowns out of it.
Yep, 2 TDs, 363 yards passing, 11th highest total in the history of the Bears organization, and I'm seeing growth. Just got to keep doing it, man.
Now it has to manifest itself into wins, Cap. Got to win.
Got to.
This Rams game, I know you don't like to, use the phrase big game in September, but you really want to be 1-3 to start things off with all the players that's on this roster?
You lose this one. Oh, doctor.
It's not about my expectations. It's not about your expectations. What do the Bears think up there that they should be? That's what counts, right, in the building. It doesn't matter. Listen, all of us have a voice, and we're all fans, but it's about their expectations. Pole's expectation is to say we're going to take another step, and that meant the playoffs. That's his expectations. Mm-hmm. I mean, we feel the same way, but we feel that way every year. but if the GM says, okay, this is a time to take another step, then you're going to make it? You're going to take another step, or will you go sideways again?
You cannot tell me that as Marcus said, this offensive line can't be this bad. It's basically the same group with the exception of changing out the center from Lucas Patrick to Coleman Shelton. You can't tell me they're this bad.
Well, you know what?
It's the same O-line coach. It's not like you brought somebody else in.
Poles will tell you the same thing. We played it several times on the pregame. It's execution issues, not the players. They got to execute. Okay.
They were fine last year. I'm not saying they were the Eagles or the Lions, but they were fine. We're all right.
Yeah. He says it's just an execution issue, that the players are fine. We will find out, won't we?
We're going to.